Hello, everybody! Hopefully plugging my camera back in did not ruin my microphone settings. Look at all these cuties in chat. Dad's here. Dad, how are you doing? Oh, shit, I forgot my hand socks. I'm gonna have to go get them. So much for being organized. Angel Faye! Hello, hello. How's it going? Tyranno, hello. Hello. All the freaking hydrates. Pie, you are one of the cuties. Although you're trying to drown me, apparently. How many? Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hang on, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10! Pie! Alright, I'm gonna do 3 and then I'm gonna go get my hand socks. Oh my god, you always have the sassiest freaking emotes, Pie. How you doing? A 1? A 2? A 3. Don't be sorry, I love sassy emotes. Look at this parade of ducks. I'm actually gonna take my coffee with me and just cheekily add a tiny bit more sugar. Hang on. Okay, that's better. Oh my goodness, Pie! Where did that come from? Have you showed that to Joe? That's his favorite Pokemon. Tomorrow my novel's gonna be released, and I received my book copy today. My book trailer's out on YouTube. That's awesome! I keep thinking I should make book trailers, and then I never do. Look at all these cutie ducks we got hanging out. Dad needs to pick a duck, actually, because I don't think Dad has a duck yet. Yes, Joe really likes Gengar. Also, congrats, Angel Faye, on the release. Please, when the book goes live, please post in the Discord in the other promo section tomorrow so we all know. So we can all check out the link and support you. Yeah! I try to let people pick... So you have to pick a duck that's not already named. But I try to let, for the most part, people pick their own ducks. I mean, we had to name the coffee duck AB Coffee because, you know, it was a given. These are, like, the default ducks. And then there's the Ducks Please Ducks. This one used to be named Nope, but then the Mad Lad decided he wanted to be the Nope Duck. And then we've got the Duck Addiction Ducks. No, Pie, the cake duck is yours. There's no pie duck. Until there's a pie duck, the cake duck will be yours. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do 3 more of my hydrates. A 1. A 2. A 3. You can, Dad! Do you want it to be ATM 0 or do you want me to name it Dad? Also, there's more ducks, just so that you get to see all of the ducks, full disclosure. I paused in the middle of scrolling the ducks, just in case there's a duck. Just in case there's a duck that you, like better in one of the other places. This is the cake duck. You want, this boy? This duck has a secret. This duck has a secret. He is. I'm trying to do it in a way that it'll highlight the name. Shh, it's a secret, but yes, at night he transforms. Now we have to see if your duck is in the pool. There's the coffee duck. And coffee has been brewed. Hell yeah. I wonder if the name, so we've not tried naming that duck before. I wonder if the name stays the same when he transforms. We have to find your duck for science. So let's see. There are a lot of places. Unfortunately, there's no way to, like, search for a duck except for, like, visually scanning. So everybody look for Dad. There's the Afro duck. If we had named the Afro duck, we would have found him. But, oh yeah, that reminds me. I gotta release Hadriel from the launcher to see if we can get the Stargazer out. We didn't. Sag. Let's check the dome. Ushata Alpaca! Thank you so much for a 15 stream streak. Holy wow. Let me grab the octopus hat. I don't see Dad stuck in there either. Okay, guys, get ready, because I'm talking like this. Actually, I gotta find... It's a little bit more wibbly wobbly. Jakella's kind of more direct, but the octopus is a little bit more whimsical. A little bit more whimsical. You might be getting brainwashed. We have to check the... You will show up eventually. We have to check the, We'll do a rapid fire. You are not getting brainwashed, which is a good thing. Sadly, Bard Owl is in there getting brainwashed, which makes me sad. We'll just do a rapid fire. We gotta get inside the dome anyway. There's a Shut the Alpaca. Thank you for the 15 stream streak. Oh, you love my higher voice. Thank you so much. This is my whimsical kraken voice. Do I sound like a creature of the deep? What was happening with that jelly duck? It was like freaking out, man. It was having a moment. My goodness. We gotta keep an eye out for Dad this stream. We gotta see if his name stays when he transforms. I don't know why he keeps going back to the Domerin duck a million times. There's my duck, not on the dome anymore, which is good. Do we have any ducks inside the dome? Maybe we can't get inside the dome yet. We can't release Calculuster yet. We got a lot of ducks, you guys. There's a fuck ton of ducks on here today. How is everybody? How's everybody doing? I think I've got more hydrates to do. Let's do the last 4. 1, 2, 3. There's Jay Chili's duck. He's a little head heavy. And 4. Carly, how are you doing, my friend? I hope you're resting. I hope we can give you chill vibes. So I love you too, Carly. I hope you're taking care of yourself. this is the reason why, if anybody saw the one-shot on Tuesday, I was playing as my character Jakella, whose voice is very similar to this, and everyone was like, oh, I applaud that you do all of the mechanical stuff in the Jakella voice too, and I was like, I do this voice on stream all the time, I don't know what you're talking about. This is almost my default setting. Almost. For some reason, this voice is even more popular than the Valley Girl voice, so, you know, am resting best of my abilities. Glad to hear it. We got some ducks for you. Your duck is around. I don't know where she is at the moment. Carly's got the beanie duck, so she could be literally anywhere. There she is. Living her best life. She's gonna take off. She's hanging up here with the Shut the Alpaca. And Pineapple, the pizza duck. And the duck that's based on the old Arizona cans. There she goes! Watch her fly, so fabulous. I want to hear the Valley Girl voice. What's the... Hang on. I need to look at my own redeems. It's the, Make Me Talk Like Polly. This is the Valley Girl one. I can't do it at the same time as this voice, because that'll break my brain. But if you want to hear me talk like, a Valley Girl, if you want to hear me talk like Polly... from Pollygeist from Monster Prom for a couple minutes, that's that one. You've got a... unfortunately, I can't give your duck a boot. I can't... There's no dress up, but... Do we have a duck in the launcher? We don't. Gonna lurk because playing Skyrim, but I love you. Have a good stream, Carly. Have fun in Skyrim. Take care. So yeah, we got totally distracted by ducks. Yesterday, I actually have to update the, friggin' layout because I forgot. I always forget. Yesterday, we worked on, I worked on the outline of edits for Book 12 of the Aravalia Chronicles. It was a lot. I was actually working until like 10 o'clock last night, you guys. Don't tell Ghost Pepper, he'll be mad. But that happened. Because it's a long book. It's like a 230-page book. And I had to skim through it. I didn't read all of it. I would still be doing it, my goodness. But I had to skim through it, and find all my mistakes that all the times I left out a character, or contradicted myself, or just did the plot plain wrong. And so I did that yesterday, and I went through that book, and it's a really good book, you guys. I'm biased, I guess, because I wrote it. So I don't think I would ever... Well, you know what? Actually, I would say, if I thought the book was bad, I would say that book is a dumpster fire. That duck just fell really far. But, so, you know, I'm a little bit biased because I wrote it, so, you know. Ooh, Carly just came down here as well. But, it's a really good book. It's a book 12, so, you know, there's 11 books of setup to just allow me to get in there and just do all the stuff. It's just basically, if you ever write a book series that's 12 books long, or 15 in this case, but if you ever write a book that's, series that's 12 books long, by the time you get to book 12, it's just payoff. All the setup's done. You just get to do all the really exciting stuff. And there's a battle sequence in that book that lasts like a third of the book. A third of that book is just battle sequence. Which is great. Not for me, because I'm not good at writing battle sequences. And I actually hate them. But good for you guys, because hopefully it's exciting. So that happened yesterday. And yesterday we didn't have camera. Today we have camera, so we can do things like be an octopus. And, oh, I think there's ducks inside the dome now. Let's get inside the dome. No, don't leave the dome, Gray Eyes. I need the dome. There we go. We gotta release Calculuster, our sweet Calculuster duck. Our sweet baby Calculuster. He's out now. So yeah. Today, we're working on... I always worry when I do this voice that I'm peaking my mic and you're only hearing like half of what I say. Today we're working on the prompt novel. I was gonna do this chapter last week, but I just didn't feel up to doing it. And I want to say that taking an extra week to think about it and make plans is gonna make it a better scene, but I didn't really think about it while I was not working on it. I didn't really make plans. So the plan is no more developed now than it was a week ago. It's just, you know, the same as it was. Oh, hey! Cantus Duck is here. I still don't know how that duck gets out, but he's here. There's Exiled Fae. Still keeping an eye out for Dad. He probably hasn't spawned yet. Oh, Ladybug Duck is all the way over there. So yeah. There's no plan. I did pick the prompt I want to use. It's a little bit weird. If you knew what was happening in this novel right now, the choice would be a little weird. You might be. If it's nighttime, you definitely are. This is a really big map, so there's a lot of places where the ducks can go. And they're hard to keep track of. But every time that timer fills up, we get a new duck, so your duck might not have spawned yet. We were only about halfway through the ducks, I think. So, it's a weird choice, this prompt, I will admit. So the one that we're doing today is, one character is actually a mystical creature living a normal human life for a short time period. I don't want to say too much about this novel plot because I'm hoping you'll all read it someday. But basically, it started out with two people who don't know each other. There was a road rage incident. One of them got cursed by the other accidentally, but these things do happen. And now, ever since he got cursed accidentally, every time he touches technology, it pretty much explodes. So he works in a lab developing an experimental computer simulation, so you can imagine how that's been going. So his plot is essentially that his life's work is falling apart. He doesn't know why. He thinks he's cursed. He went to get his fortune told, and the fortune teller... Oh, there goes Carly. And the fortune teller told him, we've got an imposter duck, by the way. Silkfoot's over here impersonating Peter. I don't know if we can have that. He went and got his fortune told, and the fortune teller told him that he had to find the Queen of Pentacles because she could break the curse. And then, he went back to his co-workers. He didn't tell them about the fortune because they would have laughed. They're science people. And they're trying to fix the simulation. He went into the simulation, and now he's stuck there because he thinks it's the real world, and it's indistinguishable to him. Meanwhile, the lady who cursed him is having problems of her own. She doesn't realize that she cursed a dude. That's one thing. Another thing is her nephew has gone missing, and she went to search for him, but nothing turned up. She grew up in a small town in the middle of nowhere, and on the edge of that town there's a woodland near a windmill, and there's a legend about that forest and a thing that lives in it, a cryptid called the Mawar, which she encountered when she was young, and she keeps having nightmares about it. And she keeps waking up from those nightmares with cuts on her feet. That's important for later. Not today! But eventually. Her sister has been looking for her nephew, but they don't get along very well. So she's come home. She's come home to try and deal with life. And she just found out from her husband that a friend of his works at a lab where they have a weird problem, and they need somebody who's good at weird pattern recognition. So the main female character has gone to the lab, discovered that the main male character is stuck inside a computer simulation, still doesn't know that she accidentally cursed him, and now she's going into the computer simulation to help. Hopefully. And so it probably sounds really weird that today's prompt is one person is actually a mythical creature living a normal human life. But that's my job, is to make it make sense. I have to make it make sense. That's my job. That's what I'm gonna do today. And I'm telling you what, I'm either gonna do a really good job or a really horrible job. I don't know yet, because I haven't started. That's a really good plot, thank you. You will get to read it for free on my blog when it starts posting. Actually, I think you can read the first 2 chapters right now. If you pop over to megancutler.net, chapter 2 just went up, yesterday. Not yesterday. It's Thursday. Fuck me. Monday. It went up on Monday. I know what time is. I know where I am in time. I know what a week is. I'm gonna link the second chapter in chat, but obviously, you would want to start with the first chapter. But there you go. You can read the first 2 chapters already. It's slowly getting posted. I have quite a queue in case I don't get to write blog posts for a while for some reason. So, yeah, it might take a while to catch up with what we're writing on stream. I also post all the VODs on YouTube, so if anyone's ever like, how did this crazy bullshit get written? You can go on YouTube and see how that crazy bullshit got written. So there we go. Ooh, Over Easy is in the launching chair. Will he release? He did it! The spacecraft is free. The Stargazer is free. You gotta crack a few eggs sometimes if you want the spaceship to be free. There's Blue Moon Kraken. Haven't seen Pizza the Pineapple Duck. Oh, I think he might be over here. There we go. Pizza the Pineapple Duck. Very good. So that's what we're doing today. That's what my job is to make this plot make sense. It makes sense in my head. I don't know if I can make it make sense on paper. But there we go. So this chapter is going to be taking place inside the computer simulation that the main female character is trying to free the main male character from. They have names, I just forgot them temporarily. Welcome to my brain. This is what it's actually like to be me. You're welcome. What am I doing? I'm saving this document. Prompt novel, chapter 8. That's what I want to type in that box. It's not what I started typing in that box, but it's what I wanted to type in that box. Alright, we got a document. We've got ducks. I think it's time, you know? Oh my goodness, I missed a follow. Harlow Kalinin 12 DM. What is that name? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Sorry I missed that. I was probably distracted by getting an octopus hat. I'm assuming. So yeah. Now what I usually do is realize that I've yammered for 30 minutes and my coffee's probably cold. It's getting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a cheeky pop AFK. I won't go into BRB mode. Because... Was this from the Fury soundtrack? This sounds like it's from the Fury soundtrack, which I really like. I'm gonna just cheeky pop AFK, reheat my coffee for 1 minute. I'll leave you with the ducks and this dramatic zoom that's happening. And then when we get back, we're gonna do our first 30-minute sprint. We're gonna do 30 minutes of writing time. There's gonna be a lot of mechanical clicky-clackies happening. During which time I'll hopefully write something coherent. I make no promises, but that's the goal. And then we'll take a break, and I won't talk like an octopus probably by then. I probably will have remembered by the end of the sprint to switch back to my regular voice. Possibly. Sometimes I forget, but maybe I won't this time. So I'll be right back. Enjoy the ducks. Don't do anything that I wouldn't do, which is a low bar. Okay, I'm back. I've got so many Judas Priest songs stuck in my head right now, you guys. If you haven't listened to the new album that Judas Priest put out, you should, because it's stupid good. Like, every song is so amazing. Focus. Focus, brain. Focus. It's not Judas Priest time, unfortunately. Okay. Yeah, my cheat sheet of names, because otherwise I keep forgetting how to spell this one guy's name. And it'll slow me down if I don't write it down ahead of time. Okay. And I think the main female character is Ira. And her husband is Delmar, which may have been a bad choice of name. Because I think it means of the sea. So now I just keep thinking of Taco Delmar whenever I write his name. But it's too late now. It's too late now. He's the taco guy. Just want to do one more check. There he is! There's Dad's duck! Look at him! It's daytime. It must be daytime. Now we gotta keep an eye on him. I don't know, you can't tell when it becomes night in the space map, but there is a day-night cycle on the space map. So something may happen with this duck during the night. During the night times. Well, look how cute he is, though. I bet he's doing his office work. He's clicky-clacking. No one suspects a thing. There's some coffee right over here. They drank all the coffee. All the coffee has been drunk. So there's not coffee right over there, but there might be soon. If the coffee duck gets another heat source. I like this duck. This is one of the new ducks. Yes! Super Dad! I unfortunately don't think I can name the other duck. But we'll see. We'll see if the name sticks. Cause when I go into the menu, you can't click on this duck. So I wonder if the name changes. I'm very excited to find out. There's Uncle Scrooge. Here's Mad Lad's favorite duck. Uncle Scrooge. If he touches the coffee duck, we'll get some coffee. Man, the ducks are just flying around. Is the disco duck is turning on, so maybe if we keep our eyes on Super Dad, something could happen. All right, but I'm gonna miss it because I'm gonna start the timer and be good and do my focus stuffs. So everybody else, keep an eye out for secrets. Oh no, did I think of a first sentence? I did. I'm good. Okay. All right. 30 minutes. Oops. Spaces are a thing. Sitting on center. It's driving me nuts.
Technically, it's time to take this off.
Dang. Puffer Duck really got Dad in the corner there. Oh no, why is Shut the Alpaca in space? How did this happen? What? What just happened? Duck down. There's supposed to be like a little ship that circles. Oh no, Shut the Alpaca's not in the ship. Are they just in space? What happened? Well, one of them sometimes goes through a portal into that ship, but Shut the Alpaca was just floating in space. I don't know how that happened. Had to write one extra sentence after the sprint ended to get that thought out. But that brings us to 1,505 words written during the first sprint. I am very pleased about that. Oh my goodness. So I think I've done most of the setup for the scene, and so far it's going okay. I definitely am worried about pulling this scene off in a way that won't feel like really contrived, or like I just kind of shunted something in there that is completely out of left field and doesn't belong. But so far it's going okay. So far everything I've written feels plausible and I'm gonna say, like, fluid, like it flows from what I've set up for this novel. So I think it's going well. I don't know how long this scene is gonna be, so I don't know if I'll finish it in another sprint, but it's going well, I think. I think it's going very well. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can find out what happened to our poor sweet duck. We've got the crossword duck, I can tell, because Silkfoot is impersonating the crossword duck. Oh, interesting. Interesting to see how it, like, replicates the text. So who we got over here? Can we find... There's Carly. Just bounced off the dome. Let's see. Have we got coffee? No. Coffee is a no. We've got a ghost hanging out over here. We just can't see it because the Tron duck isn't around. Got our glow-in-the-dark duck. But it is not night, so she is not glowing. We got Dad hanging out over here. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about what happened. Ooh. There's Valia, so we'll get some coffee going. I'm very concerned about what happened to... I shot the alpaca's deck. I think 2 of the jellies came together to make that purple jelly. Box duck. There's pie. Should zoom out a little bit. Oh, Eve and Lilith found each other, so they'll be stuck with their heads together forever now. There's the ghost duck. Oh, Silkfoot's trying to be Domerin. How cute. I don't think I've seen him impersonate the Domerin duck before. That's super cute. Look at that. Domerin and Domerin knockoff duck. There's Starfin. I'm still concerned about the fact that usually if they go out into space in the, like, spaceship, they eventually come back through a portal. But Ushata Alpaca's duck was just kind of drifting through space. And I haven't seen it. There's the orange jelly. There's Apple. There's Liam. Dramatic zooms. There's Over Easy. There's the witch. I should name the parrot Jeremy for reasons. There's the real crossword duck. There's Dad. I don't know if your duck has spawned yet, Tyranno. Well, you should see them. I'm kind of scrolling through all the ducks now. The cow floaty hasn't been out recently either, which is weird. Oh no, I went through, oh no! I went through all the ducks and we didn't see a shot to alpaca. I think that he went into space. I think that duck went into space. I don't know how that happened. I've never seen that happen before. Oh my goodness. Our sweet boo-boo duck. So I think maybe your duck hasn't spawned yet, Tyranno, because we're only... Yeah, we still have about like 40 ducks that haven't spawned. This is such a big map. There's no rescue duck in this map. May I ask you a question? Just watched Sanderson's lecture on how he likes to outline a draft. He uses a ton of headers with paragraphs for each character and with an initial idea on how their character arcs, plots begin and end. When, if you outline your book, do you do that out of context? Thinking of doing an outline for my second book since I didn't do my first one and I have a hard time figuring out. I mean, so I have talked extensively about how I outline, and there's actually a couple of VODs going up on YouTube with my outlining process. I basically start with a series of digital post-it notes where I basically type out my ideas for each character's story arc. And then I take all of the ideas that I've essentially come up with, I take my starting point and my ending point, and then I basically braid it all together in the order of scenes that I think are going to happen, and I try to keep track of where my midpoint and my climax are, and where all of my plot beats are, and then I just basically put it in order, and I leave myself a bunch of notes on what I think is gonna happen, and then I write the thing, and if it turns out different, it turns out different. I do try to track... I do also have, like, character... Like, so each of my main characters has, like, a little character profile where I write down information about them. I write down, like, their personality traits and their physical characteristics, and if there's something relevant to the plot that like happens to them or that I want to keep track of, like I put that information on their personal profile as well, so that if I need some kind of like quick reference to go and see like what's up with this character, what are their thoughts, what are their motivations, like what are they doing, like what do they want, where are they headed, then I have all of that information. And then I think I've shown this before. I don't know how much I can show. I probably... hang on. Can I pull up a character that doesn't have a ton of, So I basically, this is going to be really hard to see, but I can't show much because spoilers. So at the top of my OneNote, you can see that I have people and places, and then along the side, these are like all of my characters. And so each of them gets a page that looks basically like this, like a little wiki style page, which has this information on it. And then I do something similar for, like, the places. So this is, like, the information that I have about where the story takes place. And then for the actual book, I have, like, these are book 1, book 2, book 3. And then I have, like, information on what happens in each scene. I'm very specifically doing this in a way that you can't read it. I have information that happens for each scene, and then this little color-coded part is the characters' motivations. So you can see the characters' motivations, the obstacles that they face in that scene, and the story element. And I do that. I just spent yesterday doing that. And it's basically like a quick reference for me, so I know what happens in each area, and I know like what my character wants, what my character is trying to do, and what forces are sort of standing in their way, preventing them from doing that. Now, I outline quite extensively. Your mileage may vary. Not everyone does outline. Some people just go straight in there and just start getting shit done, and don't make a plan. And that's fine too. This is what works for me over many, many years of trial and error. So that's the crash course version of how I do my outlining. I use OneNote for anyone who's wondering what program that is. I use a really old version of OneNote from 2007, but I believe you can get the new version of OneNote for free because it's free for students. So I use OneNote, but you can use pretty much any program that has an organizational method that works for you. Wow, brain. I am gonna take a quick break, and then if people are about and are interested, we'll see who all is about when I get back. But if people are about and would like to see it, I do have the cover for the new Aravalia Chronicles book, book 2, which is coming out next month. We could take a peek at it. We could do the cover reveal. We could wait until potentially later in the stream as well, if there's not a lot of people around at the moment. But let me know in the chat if you are around and you would like to see the cover. We can do that, or we can hold off. We'll see. We'll see if anybody's around. Yeah, no problem, One Vamp. Also, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get up, move around. You should do the same. Don't forget to grab something to drink, grab something to eat if you need it. Stretch, use bathroom if you gotta. Don't get so focused you forget to take care of yourself. And we will come back and do another 30 minutes of clicky clack. Exile Faye, hello. You're just in time because I was just teasing the idea of maybe sharing the new Arvalia Chronicles cover if people are interested. It won't share your 15 stream streak. It should be under the channel points area. You can try refreshing maybe? Sometimes it does that for me too. Like sometimes I can't share it, but then Joe says that he sees it. So I'm like, okay, if you can see it. But thank you either way, whether it will share or not. Thank you for 15 streams. My goodness. It's an error. Rude. But I appreciate it. I appreciate whether or not it will let you share it. I appreciate it. I was thinking about popping out the cover for the new Arvalia Chronicles book, so maybe I should just do it. Peter, hello. It's Peter. You are definitely not an error. So I think I saved this because I was planning on doing this last week and then I ended up having to cancel stream. But I think I saved it already. Just gotta remember where. So let me see here. Let's pause the ducks because we have to lose the ducks for a second. Let me hang on. I totally prepared for this, you guys. I'm totally not doing this randomly. Display capture. We gotta turn off duck cam. So you guys may remember that this is the cover for the first book, Eyes of a Stranger, which is available on Amazon right now. You can go read it if you want to. This beautiful creation brought to you by Molly Phipps, my cover artist from We Got You Covered Book Designs. She made this. I gave her some vague information about what this book was about, and she made this. And so book 2 of the series is coming out June 17th, hopefully, knock on wood. It's currently on schedule to come out on June 17th. It might get pushed back by 1 week, but it's definitely coming out in June. And this is the cover. This is Key to All Doors. This is what Molly came up with for the second book. If you've read the first book, then you know what the title is in reference to. So there we go. This is it. This is Key to All Doors. And once again, I just threw some... Oh, it's this song again. Why does it always play this song? I hate the song. Yeah, so I once again just threw some random information at Molly. And maybe suggested that for reasons, the cover color for this one should be purple. And so yeah, this is the next book, Key to All Doors. The third book is called Heart of a Kingdom, for anyone who doesn't know. Doesn't have a cover yet, but this is the second book cover. I'm stupidly excited about this. This is the first time I've shared it with, like, anyone other than Woof and Ghost Pepper. Janine, hello, how's it going? And so this is it. This is the Key to All Doors cover, finally revealed. Now that I've shown it to you guys, I will post it on the Discord and my social medias and stuff next week. But yeah, this is it, you guys. This is happening. We did come up with certain elements that we wanted to. So I usually like plot in trilogies, essentially. So it's a 15-book series, which is why we're doing object covers. But because they plot in trilogies, we try to plan ahead so that each trilogy can have something linking it. And so we decided that the elemental sort of evocation of the first trilogy would be fire. So there will be fire of some kind on all of 3 of the first books, and then the element for the next 3 books will change. Not doing so hot, just feel like I need a boost of writing confidence, so I'm sorry to hear that you're not feeling great, Janine. It does happen. There are days when, even when you've been doing this for years and years, there are days where you just feel like the words win, and it's not going the way you want it to. But you're amazing. You've got this. You can do it. Don't let the bear get you. If it's feeling like an off day or an off couple of days, take a break, take a breather, recenter, do something fun, do a for fun writing thing, remind yourself why you got into this, why you enjoy writing in the first place. Let it just feel good for a hot minute before you dive back into the hard work. I promise you, if you keep at it, you'll come out the other side. It'll happen. Don't let those demons of doubt drag you down and convince you that you're not doing a good job, because you are. You're doing a good job, and I believe in you. And I don't know how much that will help if the bear is winning today, but it's all true. You can cut it, clip it, roll it back. That goes for every writer out there who's listening to this. Hey, I did inspirational speech not in my Jaquella voice. And 100% don't let the writing demons get you down. They crop up from time to time. They're jerks. But just give them the middle finger and keep going, because you got this. So there we go. I'm super excited about this. We haven't done the 3rd cover yet. The Writers Troop, welcome in! You're just in time to see the cover of my new book that's coming out later in June. Oh, it's coming out in June. I keep thinking for some reason, I know when June 1st is, that's my birthday, but I keep forgetting that there's 2 more days in May. Welcome in! How was your stream? I hope it was fabulous. I hope that the creativity is flowing for you today. Welcome in, Raiders. So yeah, this is the first one here, Eyes of a Stranger. This one's already out. And this one, Key to All Doors. This is the first time I've shared it. So that is coming out on June 17th. Went really well. We all got a bunch of just stuff done. I almost said happy birthday to you. That is wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you for the happy early birthday. We normally have D&D on Fridays, but our DM is currently on antibiotics, and so he is not feeling up to doing D&D tomorrow. So, as a slightly early birthday present to myself, my husband is taking me to see Furiosa, which I'm super excited about. I love the Mad Max series. I really loved Fury Road. There's a freaking motorcycle chariot in this movie, and I just want to see all of it. I'll give Pi 1 second here to see how many hydrates he wants to toss at me. And so that's happening tomorrow. So I'm bummed that we don't get to do D&D, but I'm excited that I get to see Furiosa. And then Saturday, the actual day, we're going out for brunch. There's a really good place. This is the thing about brunch. Like, you don't need to go to fancy places for brunch. Just find a place that has a really good menu and like go there all the time. And there's this place that's literally called like neighborhood restaurant. It's not like super fancy or anything. But it's got really good food. Everything we've tried on the menu is just amazing. And so we're going there on Saturday for my birthday brunch, which I'm super excited about. And then Ghost Pepper is taking me to a nice place on Sunday night for dinner where we'll have 3 courses because screw healthy eating choices. It's my birthday. I'm going to glut on whatever I want. Very clever naming convention. Yeah, it's literally just called like neighborhood restaurant. And I don't mind saying that because like you guys would have to know the name of my town in order to find it. But it's really good. Just a really good, solid menu. It was funny because... also, Writer's Troop, thank you for the comment on the gorgeous covers. I didn't make either of them. These were made by the fabulous Molly Phipps, but I pass on everyone's love to her and let her know that I get nothing but good comments on these covers, so I will pass that on. I will do Up Hydrate as well. And a stretch. But it was funny because I told Ghost Pepper I wanted to go to that place for brunch, and he was like, we can go somewhere nicer. And I was like, no, that's the place that I want to go. That has the menu that I want. They make this really amazing Eggs Benedict on crab cakes, and I'm just like, I'm getting it. It's gonna be amazing. They make this like raspberry salsa thing. Listen, I can't even describe. It's amazing. We're going there. I'm super excited. Got a great cover artist too. Love getting compliments on my covers because I love them too. Heck yeah. Well, and that's what, like, when you find a good cover artist, like, the most rewarding thing is, like, for everyone to be happy with the cover. Like, because I've had, like, conversations with Molly before where I'm like, I don't really know if this concept is, like, will work. And it was, like, with the Soul of the Sun cover, which, I don't know if I can, like, stealth open it up here. But with the Soul of the Sun cover, we had talked about doing, basically, like, a sunspot type thing, where it was like a sun with a dragon-shaped sunspot, which is obviously not what she did. And she was like, I tried to make that work, I really did, but I hated it. I did this instead. And I was like, listen, first of all, I love this. This is amazing. Second of all, I don't want you to make a cover that you're not happy with. And so we've had a couple of moments where I've been like, there was one time where I was like, hey, can we make a character's hair longer on the cover? And she was like, just so you know, I tried to make his hair longer and he looks like a Karen. And I was like, okay, we won't do that. Like, trust your cover artist, trust their instincts. If they're not happy with something, there's usually a reason why they're not happy with it. And she made this, and it's freaking amazing, and I love it. Isn't it? It's so gorgeous, and it fits with the theme of that series, like, really well. Yes, you would totally, Tyranno, if I'm not comfortable answering the question, I will be honest about that, but I'm usually pretty open about answering stuff. I have such respect for artists because the good ones are so good. Exactly. And, like, Molly has spent years learning how to do this stuff, learning how to, you know, take my rambling and turn it into something. How many books have I sold, like, total? Like, across time since I first started publishing? We have to go back to the ducks in order for me to answer that question. Off the top of my head, I don't know. If you give me... I don't sell as many as you might think. I don't sell a ton, but if you want, I can give you numbers. Total since I ever began. Okay. Total since I ever began. How many books have I sold? Did I have my password? Hang on. Hang on, I need to remember my password, first of all. Alright. There's this nifty little tool called Book Report that if I open it and set my history to all time, it will take a hot minute and it will tell me since 2014 how many books I've sold. So between May 1st, 2014 and May 30th, 2024. Number of sales. So this is a bit complicated. Number of sales total, 2,597. Print sales, of that, print sales 194, ebook sales 2,403, so a total of 2,597 across all the books I've published. Borrows from, this is what makes it interesting, borrows from Kindle Unlimited 2,716. So that more than doubles my numbers. Pages read in Kindle Unlimited, 489,018. So a lot of my money comes from there. And I have given away for free 28,739 copies of my books. So that is from Book Report. So this is a handy little thing. It basically, it's a browser extension. It clicks into your Amazon history. It shows me a breakdown by book. So I can see that my best-selling book of all time is The Light of Eternity. My second best-selling book of all time, pen name book. So I cannot say the name. But my best-selling book is The Light of Eternity. It does. Yep. Do I ever do in-person sales events? No, I really want to get into doing in-person events. I really need to. I know people in the writing community here in my town. I know like where some of the local events are. I do know a local bookstore. I really need to start liaising. I was ready to start doing that right before the pandemic, and then the pandemic hit, and I've just not gotten it. I've just not managed to get it onto my plate. But I'm happy with saying those numbers. Those numbers are larger than I thought, in all honesty. Can you tell who's bought your books? No, I can't see like customer names. I do know, because some people have told me, I do know of certain people who have bought pretty much every book that I've ever written. Hey, Y, you are the lucky contestant who I get to have on as background noise at work. Hell yes. How does it feel to win this fabulous prize? It feels amazing. Y, I'm so glad that you chose me. I will endeavor to be very good background noise. We're going to be clicky-clacking here soon, so that should be fantabulous work noise, I think. Spicy McSpiceface reigns supreme. Yes, Spicy McSpiceface is totally the name of my pen name. Also, thank you, the Writers Troupe. I probably will take you up on that at some point. I need to come out of my monk-like shell and start interacting with people in person. Honestly, I do have a plan. I'm basically Amazon exclusive right now. I want to start looking into getting my books, my paperbacks wide, because they don't have to be exclusive to Amazon, and using Amazon's digital, like, extended distribution for paperbacks just is not viable. So I need to get on Ngram Spark. I need to get on Draft to Digital. I need to start getting those paperbacks out there. And eventually I'm going to pull some of my older series out of Kindle Unlimited and start going wide with them as well. Kobo has a new thing that's similar to Kindle Unlimited I want to get into. It's just that I have such an ambitious release schedule that stuff just has... I need to reprioritize where some of my marketing is going and get on some of that stuff. I was trying to assess for myself, is 2K book sales worth working so hard? And it really is. I just need to figure out how to write more often. For me, every book sale feels worth it. Like, there are people with... Now, this is since 2014. Some people probably sell that many books in a year. I don't. I can tell you, this year has been a bit of a hard year. I have not sold a lot this year. I can tell you that for this year, I only have 65 sales total. And now that's only the first 5 months of the year, of course. I can tell you my total for last year, I sold 844 books last year. I do completely self-publishing. I do not have an agent or a publisher. I've never really been able to get an agent to take a serious look at my work. And I'm at the point now where I am happy with my own... I'm happy with my own schedule. I'm happy with having complete creative control. I'm happy with what I do. I'd like to sell more. I'd like to learn how to sell more of my books. You know, I don't know that my sales numbers across the entire lifetime, because I've been publishing since 2014. I don't know if across my entire lifespan that's an impressive number, but it feels good to me. Especially when you find out that many traditionally published books only sell about 12 copies. Let us know how that works. I assume you mean the going wide. I will keep you guys up to date. I want to break free of Amazon. Yeah, me too. Me too. And partially it's about, I want to do audiobooks as well. Like, I have so many things in the pipeline, it's just finding the time to do it all. Balance is hard. It's very hard. And it's easy to get bogged down in the work. Like, I'm changing my schedule for this week, because I worked till 10 o'clock last night. So I looked at my husband and I was like, you know what? I'm going to change my schedule so that today's an easy day. And it means it's going to take longer to do something else, but... It's my birthday this weekend. I gotta have off this weekend. I gotta have fun. Don't let that get you down. You have more than me. Why? That's sweet. Got about half your numbers since I started in 2018, though it doesn't count the in-person sales. Yeah, I don't have any in-person sales either, so... Even just finding that one person who's bought every one of your books. Yeah! Oh yeah, I have people who have been very dedicated to... Listen, do I have it? Let me see if I have the picture. We visited my in-laws last year for the first time since the pandemic. Unblur, please. Camera. There we go. And let me see if I still have the picture. This is a bit of a tangent, but it's a worthwhile tangent. So, this is from March 30th, 2023, or 2023. That's my mother-in-law's bookshelf. Unprompted by me. That is, at that time, pretty much every book I had ever published. First editions of most of them. You can see it's some of the covers are old. I've published several books since then. You can see the book that's beside it, by the way, is King of the Murgos and Demon Lord of Karanda by David Eddings, one of my favorite authors. That's the top of my mother-in-law's bookshelf. I didn't ask her to do that. She bought all of those completely of her own accord. She read them in beta. She still bought them in paperback. So there you go. And I happen to know that she has bought every book that I've written since then. And I happen to know, I don't know that he's lurking today, but I happen to know that my good friend It's Woof, another of my beta readers, has also bought pretty much every book I've ever written. Also, I believe, I don't know... Oh, hey! Oh, I thought that was Dad. It's Liam. I believe that he has also bought a significant number of my pen name books as well. Not necessarily in paperback. So, you know, it means a lot. It means a lot that people who have read my stuff for free go out and buy it. I know that there's people that I've met on Twitch. When we met Slothy, Sloth Siren in person. I think it was not last year, but the year before. Again, they had pretty much every book that I had written at that point in time, and they were like, will you sign these for me, please? And I was like, holy shit! So, you know, for me, knowing that there's people out there that enjoy my work, knowing that there's people out there, our friend Mr. Roboto reads everything that I publish. He did shove $20 into my hand one time and be like, can you just send me, like, your next couple books as they come out? And I was like, sure. I'm not supposed to do that, but sure. So, like, it means a lot to me that there are people who are invested. I even have gotten comments on my pen name social media saying I'm so invested in these characters and what happens to them. And I'm like, this is the most trash thing I've ever written, and I appreciate that you enjoy it. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. 100%. My aunt buys all mine too. My mom expects them for free, but also doesn't read them. Yeah, like, I don't expect my family to read my stuff, but I appreciate that some of them do. Like, genuinely. My aunt buys my pen name books too, but promises not to read them. Hey, you know she probably secretly cracks them open and just doesn't tell you. And that's support right there. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, a little bit of a tangent, but listen, for me, I've always said that having a small, dedicated audience is enough for me. Would I like to sell more? Yeah. Would I like to be better at marketing and know how to get my book in front of more eyes? Yeah, because I think that my books would sell better if I knew how to sell them better. But I also get to do, like, I get to do this. I get to write stories as my day-to-day job. Like, I get to wake up every morning and steep myself in the lore of my creations and make worlds and tell stories and create things and know that all the work that I'm doing for me. And I get to do that. It doesn't make us a ton of money, but our life is structured in such a way that I get to do it. And that's a form of success. Like, it took me a long time to get there. It took me a long time to accept that there are more forms of success than just being on a bestseller list. But I get to do that. I get to have that be my life. And it means the world to me that that's the case. And my mother-in-law has my book sitting next to one of my favorite authors from high school. So, like, I must be doing something somewhat right. Yeah, my pen name is a spicy name. Yeah, it's a browse. I have a browse pen name where I write browse fiction. I run a writerly support and EDU group on Facebook and Discord where we all share all sorts of info, both craft, business, and marketing. I would love to join as well. Absolutely. I'm bad at keeping up with groups, but I would love to be a part of it. Thing I've discovered last year or so is the algorithm on both Twitter and Facebook has made it so hard to get any traction. Yeah, well, I do think one of the reasons why I'm having such a bad year is the tanking of the website formerly known as Twitter, but it is what it is, right? I know a lot of people who are on TikTok right now, and if the US bans TikTok, that's going to be a lot of work down the drain. Yeah, so pep talk. If you're looking for a reason to do it, I mean, if you can do it and you can live the life and be happy, go for it. Like, there are more forms of success than hitting a bestseller list. I talked for so long that I'm gonna have to do my steps before we do the next sprint. Otherwise, I might run out of time to do my steps for the hour. So I'll leave you guys with the ducks. I'm just gonna pop out and quickly do my walkabout. Thank you. I will open these links to look at after stream. sure. Just making sure I didn't miss anything in chat. We can afford my not actively bringing in any money. Ooh. Sorry, my Discord just opened of its own accord. We can afford my not actually bringing in any money. It's just stressful, but I'm definitely happier. Yeah, same. Like my husband has been, I say this all the time, my husband has been massively supportive. He helped me find a way, like we rent out our basement. So you guys have probably heard me talk about it before. But we bought this house in part so that we could rent out the basement, and the income from that rental covers the income that I don't bring in for having a job. And I'm still trying to get, I would love to get to the point where I have, you know, part-time job income from my writing. Like that has always been the dream. The Writers Troop, thanks again for the raid and for hanging out. Good luck with your restart. I hate restarting my computer. It's always weirdly stressful for me. But yeah, and I'm eternally grateful because of that, because we have other financial stability structures in our life, I'm able to do this. And you know, I might never make a ton of money off of my work. I've come to terms with that. I would like to. I would love to get to part-time income or even full-time income. But if it doesn't happen, I still get to spend my life doing what I love and what makes me happy. And a lot of people don't get to do that. A lot of people work dead-end jobs day in and day out that they hate just to pay the bills. And I respect that. Not everyone, you know, can get into a position like the one I'm in, and I understand that I have that, what I have is a privilege. I mean, we fought for it. It was hard, but it's still a privilege to be able to live my life this way. And so, you know, it's a form of success to me that I get to live this life. And I always say I get to do this. So, you know, and we're only one financial disaster away from me not being able to do this. So I'm eternally grateful. I was having all sorts of weird tech issues during my stream, so reboot is the first line of defense. Absolutely. If you keep writing, you'll make the income. Having a big backlist is what gets you there. I mean, yeah, I'm starting to get to the point where I have a couple of finished series and a large number of series, so I'm hoping that that's gonna help, but one financial disaster. Yeah, listen, no matter how financially stable you are, sometimes you're just that one emergency away from everything changing. Listen, when the fire was here last year, there were a couple of, I don't want to think about what I'm gonna have to do if the house burns down. It didn't. It's here, but there were moments. So yeah, I know that I'm waxing eloquent, and it's quite a long tangent, but just to say, like, there are many, many forms of success, and just because you're not necessarily on the New York Times or the USA Today bestseller list, like, that doesn't mean that you're a failure. And I know many, many people who would like to be able to do what I do who can't. And who have tried and have worked hard. So I am just grateful every day that I get to live this life. And then I get to share part of it with you guys. Already had my house demolished twice in the last 4 years. No! Writer's Troop, that sounds awful. Do you ever see a time coming in your soul when you're like, I've written enough? No. I have so many story ideas in my head, I'm gonna be lucky if I get them all out before I keel over. What are my plans when my words are finished? To be cold and dead in the ground. I found that success is something that has to be personally defined. 100%. And I have been much, much happier in my life since I accepted that there are different forms of success, and that defining success for yourself is the best way to go. Sorry, Peter, I hope that didn't sound like I was laughing at you. I regularly think about the fact that I probably can't write everything I want to write before I keel. I'm gonna be writing on my deathbed. All right, I'm gonna go do my steps quick. We're gonna do 30 more minutes of clicky clacking, and then I am gonna see where I am with this chapter and see if it's remotely near done. Oops, my coffee. One of the whole reasons why I got up, and then I forgot it. Oops. Oh no, both times. I have diagnosed PTSD from it. I'm so sorry to hear that you were actually in them when that happened. My goodness. Keep driving myself crazy when I see someone who I know who I don't like who's doing better than me. Like maybe they're on a bigger station or have more likes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something that I read once that has really helped me. It's a simple quote. Their success is not your failure. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. We're not out here to compare ourselves, right? That person is doing what they're doing. Who knows why they're successful? It could be luck. It could be marketing knowledge. It could be a bigger station. It could be more likes. It could be some underhanded thing they're doing. You don't know. Their success does not equate to your failure. What you're doing is what you're doing, and it has nothing to do with them. Don't look at someone else and think that you're a failure because they're more successful than you. That's not how it works. And unprogramming your brain from that is really hard, but it helps. I try not to compare myself to others. Instead, I do my best to compare myself to myself. Exactly. How am I doing now compared to how I was doing a year ago? Silkfoot trying to be a frog. My show is 100% me, for good or for bad. I have no one sitting in my ass telling me to do things I hate or not do certain things. I'm absolutely free to do as I wish, when I wish. Exactly. Exactly. And you should be proud of that, Peter. 100%. All right, I'm gonna do clicky clackies because we're supposed to be writing today. Or something. It's supposed to be a writing stream. Look at this boy trying to be a frog. Hey, I gave you lots of encouragement and support, Peter. You can clip that shit if you need to. Another word for realness. Because we use the word real. There's not a good one. Ooh, authenticity. Reject reality, return to mental breakdowns. No, Peter! Reject reality, substitute your own. Bust myths. Singe eyebrows. glitches for some weird reason today. Ah, they popped the floaty! This is what happens when they pop the cow floaty. For anyone who hasn't seen it before, this is what happens when the cow floaty gets popped. The water turns to milk, because all the milk comes out of the floaty. Let us stretch. Now we know. Now we have seen with our own eyes what happens when the cow floaty is broken. That is what they do with all the cows. Over easy is free. Free from the dome. And now it's back to normal. So the cow floaty was out. It is sadly now deceased. Hey, Tal! Stares through the window creepily. Uh-oh. Are we being observed? Are we being monitored? I haven't seen you in a while, Tal. How's it going? Hey, that duck is peeping on us, too. Look at that. Look at that. Creepy. Creepy. We still haven't gotten to see Dad's duck transform yet. I'm watching you. Gotta get going. It's time for me to go pick up my kiddo, Tyrano. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you had a fabulous time, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day with the kiddo. Hi, Peter. Hi, Peter. All right. It is break time. I am up to 3,057 words. I am just near the end of this scene. I want to say I don't feel like I have that many words to write, but then I think every time I say that, I write another 1,000 words. How many did I write in that sprint? Uh, 1,552, so pretty much the same as in the first sprint. So yeah, I want to say that I only have like 500-ish or so words to write, but I feel like every time I say that, I write literally another 1,000 words. I feel like this concept came together. I feel like it's gonna work. I gotta stick the landing. I've done my, my, what's it called? My balancing being a routine. Now I have to stick the landing. I'm not gonna say perfect 10 out of 10, but it's fitting the concept that I had in my brain pretty well. So we're getting there. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm so torn. I'm so torn between taking a break and just pushing through. Because part of me is like, no, just write for another 15 minutes and you'll finish it. And part of me is like, every time I do that, it ends up being longer than I expected. I could take a quick break. Get up, do my steppy steps. But what if I'm only like 4 paragraphs from the end, Peter? Oh, look, we're gonna launch a sushi. I wouldn't eat that sushi. Steps. I have another 45 minutes. I could do those steps after stream, Peter. Those steps could happen after stream. During lunch prep. They will get done, either way. But they could get done during lunch prep. I'm wondering if do I even need a sprint? Am I like so close to the end of this that I could just write it. I'm always wrong about how much I have left. Is that the jelly duck? Interesting. It looks much more solid when you view it from that angle. Oh, hey, Santa's here. I promise that the self-care will happen. The self-care will happen. It's just the order that things are happening in. Let's see. Let me force my brain to work for a second. Hang on. I feel like I should go for a walk, but I already went outside today. I feel you. Do you have a stationary bike, Peter? I used to do my stationary bike. I really enjoy that. It's all the activity of being outside without having to actually go outside. Look at that pan of all those cute ducks. Alright. It's done. It's 3,520, so 500 words done it. I think it does everything I need it to do. I think I'm pretty happy with it. I've managed to use this prompt to bridge some other prompts. The Mad Lad! We're probably gonna wrap up in a few minutes, but you are just in time. Mad Lad, I know you got a streak going on, and I know it takes a couple of minutes to update, so let me know when you get your streak. We'll stick around long enough to make sure that streak goes through, because I know that you pride yourself on having that streak. But yeah, so the prompt that we just did for today was, brain. One character is actually a mythical creature trying to live a normal human life for a short time span. So that is the one that we just wrote. I think I fit it in pretty well, considering it was one of the more challenging ones. And for anyone who missed it, we checked out the new cover for the new, Aravalia Chronicles book. I'm gonna open that back up for anyone who missed it and who wants to see the new cover. I'm going to pause the ducks for a hot minute and flash that up on my screen so that you guys can see. Listen, I keep losing my streak on Joe's channel because he does surprise day streams and doesn't post about them in all the Discords, so I get it. Cheers to the hydrate, Mad Lad. Maybe it's a lifetime of being driven in cars, but if I go over a speed bump or over an unsteady piece of road, I always go brump like I'm a car. I feel you. I actually used to have one. I used it maybe half a dozen times and gave it to charity. Aw, I like my stationary bike. You wouldn't download a car. Okay, pause Sea Ducks. So for anyone who missed it, we did flash this earlier, but I'm gonna flash it again. Just for anyone who missed it. Today we did the official reveal of the new cover for the new Aravalia Chronicles. So book 1, Eyes of a Stranger, this one on this side is available on Amazon right now. And if you're interested in the next book, Key to All Doors, it is coming out June 17th. Might be 1 week late, but June 17th, Key to All Doors, this is the cover for it. For anyone who missed it when we flashed it earlier. Again, made by the fabulous Molly Phipps. She will be doing this entire series. I'm super excited about it. And here we are. So, there we go. 17 now, so whenever you want to end. And we'll stick around for a few minutes. I usually try to wrap up around 1:30, so we got some minutes to do a little bit of chatting, to look at this beautiful thing again. So yeah, I have to write a description for this book. This is the next the next big challenge about getting this book out the door, is I gotta write a description for it. So yeah, and for anyone who didn't know, this is Dahmer and Series, so that grumpy little elf boy down there who's always glaring at us during the stream, this is his series, this is his story. Do you ever do hardbacks? Because those would be gorgeous. I have not looked into hardbacks yet. I don't know if Molly charges extra for hardback layouts. I know that I pay for a package that is ebook and paperback, so I would have to discuss that with her. I also would have to look into the formatting for hardbacks because it's different. The interior formatting is different. It's like one of those things that I'm interested in potentially doing in the future, but just haven't had a chance to look into yet. Because I don't know how different the interior layouts have to be for a hardcover versus a paperback. I do want to get audiobooks going. Audiobooks have been on my list for a long time. But I gotta be able to, like, record them. A 27 stream watch streak. That's amazing, Peter. I had a plan for the Mystical Island books, but it never really came together. Because a lot of the people who wanted to help me with it didn't have time. Time is a thing, and it's hard to find. But they are gorgeous. Molly Phipps, if anyone wants to visit her her website, it's We Got You Covered Book Design. I will drop it in the chat. I can't bring up my can I bring up my thing right now? Yeah, I can, because I don't have anything. So it's We Got You Covered Book Design. This is Molly's website. For anybody who is interested in her work. Her portfolio is absolutely amazing. Let's see if I can get it to pop here. So other covers that she has done for other people. Some of my book covers are in here as well. I know she has the Dreamers July covers in here, so she does covers of all types. I've always been very pleased with her work. So, just a quick little scroll for anyone who's interested in seeing what she can do. And these are the covers that she made for this series. They are. She's very talented. I'm very, very lucky to have found her and to get to work with her. I figured out that I was trying to simulate the boutique experience. What does that mean? Like with writing or like something else? My goodness. I honestly can't stop staring at these. I'm so excited to see what she'll come up with for the last book. Trying to have a publishing boutique style. Ah, I see. I mean, I have a certain amount of standards for... Again, I don't know if I can show you guys... Without doing spoilers... Hang on. It's kind of hard sometimes to show things without doing massive spoilers. But I can try to show you the interior for Eyes of a Stranger, if I can get it. So you can see this is the title page. And I try to, basically, I let Molly make the cover, and then I try to incorporate elements of the cover into the book interior as well. So this is what, there's the map, which we made on stream. That's in there. And then this is what essentially the... So I've sort of taken her, like, she put these little... It's very storybook-esque, right? It feels like an old tome sort of thing. So she's put those sort of things onto the cover. So I incorporated something similar into my interior design layout. And I took the font that she used on the cover, and I've used that in my chapter headings as well. So I sort of take my cues for the interior design based a little bit on what she does with the cover to pull those elements inside. And I do try to make my paperbacks look quite nice. So you can see... I'm trying to minimize the amount of actual, like, story you can read here, but you can see how I've sort of taken those elements, the like fairy tale storybook elements, and tried to sort of weave them into that as well. So, yeah. And for me, I have a certain level of quality that I'm trying to achieve. How did he get up there? Sneaky little bugger. Just looking at everyone from the dome. Yeah. I have a certain level of quality that I expect my books to adhere to. And I did take an extra couple of days to get that particular release out because I needed the extra time. But I definitely won't put anything out if I feel like it's substandard. I did a lot of like looking at other like traditionally published books to try and determine the best way to present my books. But there's also like certain things that are just stylistic choices. Like I don't use drop caps because I don't like them, but a lot of people use drop caps. They're very popular. I found the Dreamers July series. Nice. 10 to 20K for publishing costs is a lot. I do most of the stuff myself. I've learned to do a lot of things myself because it saves money. It gives me complete control. I do some of my covers, as you guys have seen. I make some of my covers on stream. But I also have Molly. I have a certain number of covers that I budget each year for Molly to do, and I do the other covers because I unfortunately don't have enough money to get 6 covers from her every year. I get 4 covers from her every year, and I do the other 2. And on my pet name, I do all the covers for that, but I use very, very simple covers for that because they... those books do not get quite as much quality attention as my regular name books. I do all of my book formatting myself. Like I do all of my ebook formatting. I do all of my paperback formatting. I handle all of that stuff. So like you could hire, like Molly does that kind of stuff too. I could hire her to do my interior formatting as well. But for me, I do as much of stuff as I can myself, just because I don't have a huge budget. So most people put a lot of their money, of their publishing budget into marketing, and I still struggle with that because I don't know how to market very well, and I don't like the idea of putting a ton of money into marketing and then not getting a return on it. I put a lot of money into snacks and treats. That's fair, Peter. That is 100% fair. So yeah, that is me for today. I'm probably gonna head off. I had originally been planning to work on getting the Key to All Doors release ready this afternoon, but I actually have a bunch of little miscellaneous tasks that have piled up that are writing related, but not actually writing, that I need to take care of. So I will be lurking around on Twitch, on other people's Twitch streams. Oh, hey, it's Tyranno! Of course, Tyranno had to go, so now we have Tyranno's duck. Poor Tyranno never gets to see their duck. Yeah, I will be lurking around in the background on Twitch while I work on that stuff. And of course, I'm gonna grab myself some lunch. We did 3,520 words in today's chapter of the prompt novel. I'm pretty happy with how that went. This will be it for me for streaming for this week. I will be back next week to 3 streams. So look forward to that. It'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm not sure exactly what we'll be doing on those days, but we'll be doing the standard 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. PST, or as what usually ends up happening, 10:30 to 1:30, but you know, you know. And I think we are actually going to head over to Supernatural today, because I do not rate her very often. She streams a lot, but she is fantastic, fantabulous. It looks like she might be doing a bit of marbles on stream. So we're going to head over there. She's almost always doing some form of writing sprint or productivity co-working stream. Super cozy, super awesome. So we're going to head over there for today. Just making sure I didn't miss anything super important in chat. Yeah, the people who spend a lot of money on publishing are people who tend to have a lot of money to throw at publishing. Ushot the Alpaca, thank you for hanging out. I'm sorry that your duck got lost in space, but they'll be back with us next stream. I'm glad to see you too, Tal. I hope you're doing well, and I hope your projects are going well. I know you're always working on a lot in one go. So yeah, I will be back next week to hang out with all of you. Ghost Pepper's gonna be away on Monday and Tuesday next week, so the challenge is gonna be to not work too much. Head off excited Henry VIII noises. Lol. Yes, I will be feral next week, so look forward to that. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging out with me. Thank you for your patience and understanding with me being a bit under the weather and having to shuffle streams around and be off camera. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna get the raid going. If you have my emotes, please feel free to use them. Otherwise, use whatever emotes make you happy, because it's all about spreading the love. Please take care of yourselves this weekend. It is my birthday on Saturday, so I will be doing all the things, but please take care of yourselves. Remember to eat, to sleep, to drink, to move around. And I hope that whatever you are endeavoring to do, it goes well. I can't thank you guys enough. I always feel like the ending of these streams is inadequate, because I can never thank you guys enough for your support of me, for being here, for chatting with me, and just generally wanting to hang out. I genuinely have a moment every time I start up my stream where I'm like, what if nobody comes? And y'all always come, and it's amazing, and I appreciate it. So thank you for being here, sincerely. And until I get to see you again, take care of your fine, wonderful selves, and be well.